Welcome to International Securities Exchange's podcast series.
So follow the plan. Follow the rules of your trading strategy. This is the advantage of being a mechanical trader. You have hard, fast rules that you're going to use in the software, in your trading strategy. Typically, we want to see a 2-to-1 reward risk. Now, sometimes that's very difficult due to fluctuations in volatility to see the nice reward risk using options market. But if you do your options right, if you have a chart based on probability points for options, you'll be able to set out, as long as volatility doesn't get too far out of whack, a good 2-to-1 reward risk 2-to-1 reward risk trade. And then, of course, no more than 1% risk on your account. And we mentioned previously why that was important. We don't want to be risking 30 to 40% of our account. If we take 2 or 3 losing trades in a row, your trade's done, your account's gone, you can't trade anymore. Keep your risk small. All right, just to give you a quick summary of some of the advanced Get features in our software. And again, the software's been released. It's been out for 21 years, coming up on 22. It's 15 proprietary studies, all revolving around Elliott, Gann, and Fib. We've got trades on the false bar stochastic, the ellipse, the mob, the Elliott waves. We have strategies that we really didn't talk about, like the XTL, with different Gann levels, true Gann resistance with Gann boxes, time and price squares. We have all types of charting. We can do, point and figure charts. We can do point break charts, candlestick, line, clothesline, open, high, low, close bar. All types of different charts, 1 minute, 1 second. We can do charts on ticks, volume, anything that you can imagine. The dashboard, which I showed you earlier on that screen capture, that's what's going to help you get the trades. Put that one screen up on your chart. You'll have, like example, I'm looking at my dashboard. I've got the euro, the pound, the Canadian, the Australian dollar, and the Swiss franc. I've got 6 currencies up on my screen. Using the dashboard, just like I showed you in a previous slide, I've got it set to 240-minute charts, 480-minute charts, dailies, and weeklies. On one screen, I'm monitoring 25 charts. As soon as one of those green lights pop or red light pops, I'm going to go to that chart and look for the potential trade. Keep it simple. Don't spend your entire life analyzing charts. To give you another example of a trade that's kind of coming in, the euro right now, pretty decent buying opportunity. On November, it looks like 3rd, actually, pretty close. On a 480-minute chart, the euro has a potential of getting to about 82 cents. So that's another trade that's popping up on my dashboard as we speak here. So that's another opportunity. The euro at about 82 cents out to about November. Actually, I think my time projection is off a little bit. Let me look at my mob real quick. That's actually on November 5th. November 5th to November 6th at about 82 cents is where our current type 1 trade on the euro is. So that's another trade. Let me type that into the chat window here. So we've got a type 1 on the euro. It's a buy. Our target, 82 cents. November 5th. Okay, so that's what we can kind of look at in the software. That's using the dashboard. We can look up to 100 charts on the screen. Also, if you're a stock trader, we also have some stock scanning and things like that, so you can take a look at those a little bit later too. All right, just to give you a quick summary of what we offer. The Advanced Get software, again, we offer you a 3-month curriculum if you're interested in trying it out. See our website for details, and also the ISE has some details on the Advanced Get software. But we are an eSignal company, so you can get information on any of our products from eSignal.com. And then another question popped in there. Jesus, you had asked about the Australian dollar and the Canadian dollar. Most of those currencies, if you look at them on a daily perspective, the Australian dollar is, we're ending a pretty massive up move. on Australian and the Canadian dollar. That essentially means that the Canadian dollar was selling off because the U.S. dollar was strengthening. The Canadian dollar, actually, with the rally that we had, the Canadian dollar is also kind of setting up for a potential Type 1 trade. I'll start with the Canadian dollar first. The Canadian dollar, while it hasn't triggered quite yet, you're looking at a potential target somewhere around November 7th to November 8th at around 74 cents. That's on a 480-minute chart. It's not ready to sell off yet. The market, I'm looking at a 480-minute chart. That's where the trade is kind of popping up where we're at right now. We're not into the trade yet, but we're anticipating that market making another new low. In the Elliott perspective, I know the dollar in the last few days has gotten weaker because of the interest rates, but the dollar has been in a massive Elliott wave 3. The profit taking that we've seen in the dollar right now is an Elliott wave 4. The Elliott wave 4 should end, and the dollar should resume its original uptrend. That means currencies based off the dollar, if you're looking at the euro should drop again. And then people say, well, but what about our weak economy and this and that? Well, guess what? The Europeans, the Australians, they're all with weak economies. The Europeans are pumping out money left and right. The euro is very weak. I know we've had rallies in the euro, the Canadian dollar, anything against the U.S. dollar lately, but they're nothing more than wave 4s. They're going to be setting back up for possible selling opportunities based on the strengthening dollar. That's what the charts show me. Now, I'm not an economist. I don't do economy. I don't do foreign banks. I'm a chart reader. That's what's gotten me short into the euro pretty much all year. Chart patterns. We had a retracement on the euro back a few weeks ago. It rallied, and then it sunk back down to new lows. We're seeing the exact same pattern occur right now on all these other currencies. The dollar is profit-taking. Expect the dollar to get stronger. We don't offer a trial or anything, but we do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee.
Okay.
So if you do purchase our software, what we do is we give you a username and password to our online events. We give you 8 weeks of live education a week and also pre-recorded content. We give you a month to try it out. If you don't like it after that month, we'll give you a full money back.
Okay. Seems reasonable. I think Ron was talking about, you were saying you thought Canadian was getting to 74 cents. So in the ISE, we look at it as the U.S. dollar is the base currency. So I think if I did the quick math, that would be $1.35, correct?
Correct.
So that's a big rally you're expecting again. You're thinking the U.S. dollar is going to actually, because I think we closed, according to the ISE number, let me just plug it in, we closed at 120. So 74 would equal $1.35. So that would be a huge rally if that happens.
It would be, yes.
And obviously that's been the trend. So that's the way that you look at it, right? You don't really play a lot of contrarian views. You went all through it. It's all about the get.
Exactly. It's all about, where the market's at. And, there is time to be contrarian. That's really in the wave 5s. But, on the big currencies, we're not there.
Right.
We're still in that wave 3 heading into that wave 4.
Right. And even the euro, I think it closed like 77 or something like that. You think it's going to get above 82 in the next sort of run up, right?
I think it will, and then followed by a sell-off back to not when I say new lows, I don't mean, historic lows, but lows that we made, back in really just a few days ago on October 26th, October 27th.
Right. That's interesting. So, I think if the attendees, if you guys think it's interesting, I found it interesting, go to the eSignal site and go and check it out, and then, you could decide for yourself. Ron, I really appreciate it. I know you took time out of your busy schedule to fill in for Craig Russell, and I think it was very insightful, the information that you were giving us. So thanks again. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you again for hosting.
You're welcome. On the behalf of the International Securities Exchange, this is Steve Meisinger saying have a great evening, and come on back next week where we have John Person with us. But again, you can sign up at www.ise.com/webinars. Please trade safely, and look forward to having you all back. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To find more podcasts on options, stocks, alternative markets, and market data, please visit www.isc.com/podcasts.